I'm Baby T, the baddest storyteller on YouTube. And if you want me to tell my next story using your country and culture, all you have to do is drop your country flag in the comments. But for today, let's go to India. Sit tight, because this story will blow your mind.
My name is Meher, and I'm 23 years old. When my mother passed away, I was left with no family and no home. I had dropped out of university to take care of her, and now I was alone, broke, grieving, and desperate. I spent my nights curled up on a cousin's couch, scrolling endlessly for jobs. I watched the ceiling fan spin for hours, too numb to cry. One night, a strange listing caught my eye. Live-in nanny wanted immediately. Private estate. 2 children. Must be discreet. Generous salary. No questions. No qualifications required. No contact number, just a one-click application form. It sounded suspicious, like the beginning of a horror story, but I was too hungry to care. I had 112 Indian rupees left in my account and 2 packets of instant noodles to my name. I applied. The next day, I got a call from a woman with a cold, clipped voice. Her name was Mrs. D'Souza. She didn't ask much. Just told me to be at the gate of the property by 6 p.m. sharp the next day and to pack light. That was my first red flag. The car that picked me up was a matte black SUV with no license plate. The driver didn't say a word. His eyes were hidden behind dark glasses, even though the sun had already set. We drove 2 hours outside Mumbai until we reached a gated property tucked deep inside a forest. No signboards, no neighbors. Only mist, trees, and a silence that seemed alive. The estate looked like an abandoned colonial mansion. Its windows were covered with rusted grills. Creepers strangled the outer walls, and crows circled above like omens. The gates groaned open like they hadn't moved in years. Yet inside, it was spotless. Not a speck of dust. Fresh flowers. Walls painted pristine white. Almost too clean, like a house pretending to be alive. Mrs. D'Souza greeted me in a white silk sari, not a hair out of place. Her face had the sharp elegance of someone carved from marble, wealthy, poised, and hollow, like someone who had paid the price for peace and lost. She spoke softly but firmly. There are only 2 rules. Do not leave the children alone. Ever. And do not go near the locked room on the 3rd floor. I asked what was in the room. She smiled faintly. Curiosity doesn't keep people alive in this house. The kids were strange. Anaya was 6, delicate, with large, silver eyes that didn't blink often. She didn't speak much, only whispered to herself in a language I didn't recognize. Her touch was always ice cold. Her brother, Ishan, was 10, polite, observant, and eerily mature. He never smiled with his eyes. He watched me like he was reading my soul. At bedtime, I heard them whispering in the dark. Then Ishan turned to me and asked, "Do you believe in spirits, Meher Didi? Because one lives in this house." I tried to laugh it off, but Anaya grabbed my wrist and whispered, "It watches us through the walls. It doesn't like when we're happy." That night, I locked my room for the first time. In the days that followed, things got worse. Pause. Before we continue, if you have watched up until now, it is because you enjoy the story. Please be kind enough to click the like button for this video and subscribe to the channel for more interesting stories like this. Now back to the story. I'd wake up to the sound of dripping water, only to find the taps bone dry and the mirrors fogged. I saw muddy footprints on the ceiling and walls. The children always looked clean. One night, I caught Anaya staring at the fire, her lips moving rapidly. Her eyes turned glassy, as though she was somewhere else entirely. Another time, I walked into their room and saw both children floating midair, weightless, peaceful, as if sleeping in water. I gasped. They dropped. No screams. No pain. They just blinked at me and asked for bedtime stories. When I confronted Mrs. D'Souza, she didn't blink. "Dear job, Miss Meher. Nothing more." I should have left, but something kept me there, curiosity, maybe guilt. Or maybe something darker. A strange connection was forming, like I belonged there. Then Ishan collapsed one night, convulsing, foaming at the mouth. Mrs. D'Souza was gone for the evening. I panicked. Anaya took my hand and said softly, "Go to the locked room. You'll find the red vial with Ishan's name." I found the key hidden beneath the temple mat in the hallway. The room was not just locked. It was sealed. Inside, dark shelves lined with jars, some filled with herbs, others with fingers, feathers, and torn scraps of cloth. The smell was sharp, metallic. In the center, an altar. 2 frames, one with Anaya, the other with Ishan. Candle wax had pooled beneath them like blood. I gave Ishan a drop from the red vial. He opened his eyes. "Thank you, Meher Didi," he whispered. "You saved me again." Again? I demanded answers. That night, Mrs. D'Souza sat me down. Ishan and Anaya died 5 years ago. Car crash. Their bodies shattered. Her voice broke. I couldn't let go. I found a practitioner. He warned me, this magic has limits. They're not fully alive. Not fully dead. She paused. I thought I brought them back. But I brought something else with them. Something watching. Her hands trembled for the first time. They need memories. Emotions. Human warmth. They feed off it. That's why they attach to you. That's why they're stable. For now. That night, I sat beside them as they slept. Anaya clutched my hand. "Didi, don't leave. We don't want to go back to the dark." Tears rolled down my face. "I love you," I whispered. But love isn't always enough. By morning, I was gone. Now I teach in Pune. My life is quieter, simpler, but I think of them every day. Then came the parcel. No sender. Inside, 2 drawings. One of me under a tree, smiling. The other of 2 children holding hands, walking into the clouds. Thank you, Meher Didi. We're free now. Not all jobs pay in rupees. Some pay in memories. In fear. In grief. I took a job as a nanny, but the children weren't human. And somehow, I love them anyway.
Hi. My name is Baby T, and I tell the craziest, wildest stories you've ever heard. So you better like this video and subscribe right now, before I go and tell my mama about you. What are you waiting for? Let's get back to the story.